On your mark, get ready, start.
Broadcasting from California and Delaware, this is the Hard Rocking Trivia Show. And here are your hosts, Mark and Danny.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Hard Rockin' Trivia Show. Woo! We got a kind of a special episode tonight. We've been to a bunch of shows recently, a bunch of rock shows, as the guys at Buckcherry would say. Welcome to the rock show. So we've been to, I guess we've each been to two separate shows on our respective coasts. So we're gonna go chronologically by when we've each seen these groups. So the first set we both saw Marvelous 3. Mark saw them in L.A. and I flew down to Atlanta with my brother, and we saw them in Atlanta, their hometown. So we'll go with Mark. What'd you think of Marvelous 3 when they hit L.A.?
All right, so Marvelous 3, just a little backstory on the Marvelous 3. I know they're not a household name, but it's a band that Danny and I love and have loved for years, but never got to see them because, they kind of disbanded in the early 2000s before we had a chance to discover them and realize how freaking great they are. So there was a band in the 90s called the South Gang with 4 guys in the band. That band lasted for 2 records and got dropped because the whole grunge thing hit and their music kind of went out of style. So South Gang pretty much ditched their lead singer. The 3 remaining guys, all from the Atlanta area, Cartersville, that whole area, they formed kind of an alternative power pop band called the Marvelous 3, who released 3 albums in the late 90s, early 2000s, and they released 1 more last year. So they're not that active very often, so the last couple of years they've been playing like a series of like 5 shows in specific towns. So they finally decided to have a couple shows in LA, so I took the wife. So on September 30th, we went down to a place called the Telegram Ballroom. I've lived in this area for like 30 years. Never heard of this place. Turns out the Telegram Ballroom was built in like 1913, and it used to be a movie theater before sound. So that's how old this place is, and I guess it shut down over the years, and some guy about 10 years ago renovated it and turned it into a rock club. I mean, and it still looks like it's an old-timey place in a really bad neighborhood. It's downtown L.A. So L.A., if you've been to L.A., we have skyscrapers, but they're really not much to speak of. They're probably, I don't know, maybe 50 to 100 rooms and maybe 5 or 6 buildings, and that's our skyscraper. It's not like Chicago or New York. So it's in that area of town, and a lot of homeless in that area. And if you know anything about downtown LA, if the streets start in a number, they're not good. We run 7th Street. Not good.
Not good.
Found our parking in one of those 24-hour parking places. Walk right next to a really sketchy apartment complex. Lots of homeless hanging out there. And Sylvia's like, I'm not too sure about this. I'm like, just stay close. And luckily, it was only a 2-block walk to the venue. Got there about 6:50. Doors open at 7. Was kind of shocked to see a super ass long line. Go see the Marvelous 3 and American Hi-Fi.
Wow.
Who would have known? So, okay, wow, there's a line for this? So, we had to go around the block and go stand in line, probably about, I would say maybe 200 people in line already before the place opened.
Wow. Okay.
Started chatting up people in line. They said the people in the front of the line had been there since 11 in the morning.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, 11 in the morning.
They wanted up front, huh?
I guess so. I mean, sure, I love the Marvelous Three, but I'm not going to spend 7 hours, actually 8 hours in line to get in there. And this was general admission, so, there's a stage when you walk in and everything's pretty much flat. And there's a small balcony way in the back. But there was enough room. It says capacity was 600. I think they really could put they could put 1,000 people in there. But to be safe, 600 there's enough breathing room in there and we're not squashed in there. So that was good. So, we had to wait in line. The lady next to us in front was from Vancouver. I was like, wow, she flew all the way down from Canada to see this. And throughout the evening, we talked to different people. Seems like everybody there was from different places. The guy standing in front of us was from Alaska. The woman next to me was from Fort Collins, Colorado. And we talked to one other person who was from the LA area, but it seems like everybody traveled to go see this. And they'd already seen the Nashville show, which was the first one of this tour. They went from Nashville to LA. So it's like people are traveling to see every single one of these shows, and there was a lot of them. So that was kind of shocking. I mean, we took a 25-minute drive to get there. So anyway, we get in there. People are already forming at the front of the stage. So the smart thing for us old folks to do is find the short people, because all the tall people were in the front middle. And I think that's where Jace's wife was. I think she's really tall, they had some heels on, because she was taller than me. So she was
she's pretty tall.
So yeah, with heels, she was the tallest person, maybe 10 feet from me, front center. I was on Jace's side. So we went to the side. All the short people are there. Sylvia, my wife, is 5'2", 5'3". So we got a perfect spot. We were probably 8 feet from the stage, and we didn't have to stay there for 8 hours, so that was kind of nice. So, the other thing, I was wearing a jellyfish shirt, and people were just pointing at my shirt and say, "Oh my God, jellyfish! They're awesome!" I got that all the time. So it's like, okay, well, there's some.
I know, that's why I bought the shirt.
There's some high quality people out there. I mean, if you don't know about jellyfish, you just don't know, because they're awesome. And so we got our spot for American Hi-Fi. I can honestly tell you, I think I know 2 American Hi-Fi songs. And they sound like Blink-182, Bowling for Soup kind of lead vocals, kind of that power pop, punk rock type thing. Kind of the whiny lead vocals.
There's a lot. Yeah, there were a lot of those bands back in the early 90s.
Yeah, they sounded a lot alike. But I can say with American Hi-Fi, their songs are really good. The band is really tight. The lead singer, he kind of plays, I don't know, I wouldn't call it tight. It's just kind of like, he's playing along, but it's kind of like a punk rock type thing where he's not obviously a shredder, but, he's just kind of strumming along and singing the songs.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them, but would I go out and see them again? Not really. They were good for what they are. And I know Butch Walker has produced one of their records. So, they were decent. I can't complain. They didn't stink at all. I was there for
they're a lot very similar to Marvelous 3, so it's no surprise why they opened.
Yeah, they're in the same wheelhouse, same influences. I get it. Entertaining, good for sure. They didn't stink. That's a positive.
Yeah.
So wait around for about 20 minutes. Marvelous 3 comes out. I've been waiting to see these guys for a long time, and I was not disappointed at all. Pardon my French, but they were fucking great. So good. The band is tight. They sing along. No recorded background vocals whatsoever. I mean, Danny and I have both seen Butch Walker live, and he's great. But the Marvelous Three just takes it up another notch for me. Awesome. They played. They have 4 records. They played songs off of all 4. I only think they played one off the first record. And we'll get into what songs they played with Danny, because Danny, I think, is a little more of a fan than I am. I'm more of a fan of the third record, and they played my favorite song, which is Grant Park and Radio Tokyo. Those are probably my favorite. And in the past, I've said I don't like Cigarette Lighter Love Song. Danny, I was wrong.
That's good. I'm glad you see the light.
That song's great, and live it's great.
Yeah, I've seen Butch do it pretty much every show that I've ever seen. I've probably seen him maybe 10 times, and usually he just sings the whole song at the piano. But with the band, he started off with the piano like the song does, and then it kicks in with guitars, and that's what they did this time, and it was freaking awesome.
So good. I'd put this in my top 10 shows. I know the Marvelous Three is not going to play for probably few years, but when they do come back, I'll travel to go see them. They're that good. Musicianship is top notch. Everything high in the energy level for a bunch of guys in their 50s. They were sweating their balls off, and entertaining as all hell. And the thing with this band, everybody travels to see them. The crowd knew all the damn songs. They sang them all.
Absolutely. Every word. He could have stopped singing every song and the crowd was singing.
And there's a couple times where he did, and the crowd just picked up with him. I mean, you don't see that from a band that, at this level, though, they were never big. They were pretty much a one-hit wonder. And their one hit, which is a song I like, but I think they've got like 10 other songs that are even better than that. And in terms of the set list, I think Danny probably got more songs, and I don't know if they didn't. I know Where You Are, they played Always Something There to Remind Me of the cover. We didn't get that. We only got their cover of I Melt With You, which was good, and that was the only song that my wife knew on the entire set. But she had a great time. I mean, the energy level, and she has seen Butch Walker before. She saw them with me at the Hotel Cafe before they expanded it, because initially when they had it, it's literally a hallway with a stage. It's that tiny, but now they've made it a little bigger. And when I saw them, we were at a table 5 feet from him, and with about 20 people. That was right when his second album was about to come out with the mixtape song, and they passed out cassettes with the mixtape single on it. Nobody knew who he was. I knew who he was, so he was great then, and I can say 20 years later, he's still great now. The Marvelous Three should have been huge, just like Jellyfish. They got screwed over by the record company. It's a sad story, but luckily they've touched a lot of people, and they're just fantastic. Can't complain. So show ends. As I'm walking out, a guy grabs my shirt because he wanted to talk to me. I'm like, who's this guy? He's like, oh my God, Jellyfish? Jellyfish is awesome. They're my favorite band of all time. And I look at the guy and I recognize him. It's Chad from Faster Pussycat. He's their drummer. So he grabbed me and stopped me, telling me how much of a Jellyfish fan. I was like, oh my God, okay. And I said,
that's cool.
He's like, Chad, I wish they'd come back. And he gave me a look. I'm like, I know they're not coming back, but it sure would be great if they come back. He goes, yeah, absolutely. And I said, hey, I love your band too. I was like, oh, thank you. It's like, I recognized him, so he's like, got a big kick out of it. In fact, the last time I saw him, he's really good in Faster Pussycat because he's one of those drummers who also sings the background vocals. And last time I saw Enough's Enough, he came out on stage and sang Fly High Michelle with them. So the guy's a singing drummer. Obviously, he has great taste in music. He's there for the Marvelous Three, and he's a Jellyfish fan. So a big shout-out to Chad from Faster Pussycat.
Nice.
And on a positive note, we got to our car without getting mugged, and we went home. So that's my Marvelous Three story from L.A. Let's fast forward to Delaware. And How was your
Well,
experience with the Marvelous
so,
Three?
so a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, my brother said, "Hey, I want to talk to you about something. I've got a free companion pass on Southwest, and I've got a couple nights in a Marriott. Why don't you pick a place or pick a band that's touring, and we'll go see them somewhere?" Uh, so that gave me a project for the rest of the afternoon, and I looked. Extreme was playing in St. Louis. There were a couple cool bands that might have been playing up in Chicago. Thought that'd be cool, but then I saw Marvelous Threes playing in Atlanta, so that's it.
No
I've
brainer.
seen Extreme a few times. They're probably going to have another album out. I'll go see them. I don't think there'll be a problem seeing Extreme in the future. I
Right.
don't think I'll be able to see Marvelous Three again.
Because we don't know when they're
I don't
coming
think they're
back.
going to tour. Yeah, I don't see them touring again. To me, I think they're kind of done. Maybe they'll come back in 2, 3 years or something and do a little mini tour again. But this was kind of a one-off thing for me, I think. So we booked it. We stayed at a hotel 2 blocks from the venue, which was what was it called? The Center Stage in Midtown Atlanta. Pretty cool place. You walk in and it's round and it has just a flat floor, but then there's seating all around. And so I thought, well, let's sit.
Because we're
I don't. Yeah, because we're old. So I thought I don't need to be right up there in the front. I've been up at the front with a Butch show. I've been right beside him during the campfire part. And if you don't know what the campfire part is, you definitely have never been to a Butch Walker concert because he comes out at the end of the show. He comes out and does a song right in the middle of the crowd. He jumps down off the stage. He doesn't have a guitar or anything, just a microphone. He does a campfire thing where you get down and he gets quiet, and then he tells everybody, "All right, when we're done, everybody just go crazy, dance like nobody's watching, dance like you're a white person." So
okay. All right.
I want to see the whitest white dance out there. So he
Interesting.
did that. He did that during the "Always Something There to Remind Me," which was the last song. I thought maybe in Atlanta he would do something, do something special. It's his hometown. Jace's wife, I saw bringing out Jace's mom and Butch's mom and sat them uh, just about 15 feet from us. So they were over on the side a little bit. But anyway, the show itself, freaking amazing. Jace's son, who's like 20, played guitar in Marvelous 3, or he was on this tour. And the guy's great. I mean, he sounds perfect in the band. But there were times when Butch didn't play guitar and just sang.
Yeah, it's made him stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. But his band, Jace's son's band, Holden Finch, he has a band called Major. So they played beforehand. They were a 6-piece. They had a keyboard player, girl keyboard, bass, drums, guitar, another guitar, and a steel guitar. I don't really know what that was about, but I didn't know any of the songs. They just kind of stood there. They weren't very active. Played the songs. I was like, okay, well.
What kind of music is
I
it?
mean, I know how they got the gig, but
Is it power pop or any? Is it alternative? What is it?
it's more alternative, I think. All the people in the band were probably 20 or 21 years old, so it was, today's kind of music, I guess. So they got done, and then Marvelous 3 came on and just killed it. Every song, like you said, they did one song from Math and Other Problems. They did like 3 songs from their newest album that came out last year. I wish they played more from Ready, Sex, Go, but they only played 5, and then they played 8 songs from the Hey album, which is your favorite. I'm more a fan of Ready, Sex, Go, but
Me too.
it is what it is. They're all great. So if you haven't heard Marvelous 3, go definitely check them out. Total power pop. I don't really know how to describe who they would be like, but they're just Marvelous 3. So
Yeah, if you like catchy tunes with great background vocals, good guitar work, just solid songwriting, great
production.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was, I have no problem at all with the songs they played. I wish they had played Supernatural Blonde. They did play Sugar Buzz, which I like a lot. They played Freak of the Week, which was kind of their big hit back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't need Melt With You. I don't know what the point was. I guess maybe it was something they wanted to put out for this tour. It was okay. I mean, it was like Melt With You. It wasn't really anything special, but it was cool. So, yeah, just such a great concert. I have no regrets of making that the trip that my brother and I did.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, the people who can do that, where they can just travel around the country and go see shows. Oh, I mean, I ran into a lot of people who did that at that show. I want to get to that point sometime where me and the wife can just say, "Oh, okay, let's go here, let's go there."
Yeah.
As soon as I retire, maybe I'll do that. Just go pick a city cool. And go.
We got there about half hour before the doors, and we wanted to make sure we could get a seat, and that wasn't going to be a problem. But I didn't really care about going up to the front. So there were probably about 100 people in front of us when we got there, and I didn't bother talking to other people. You're more into that than I am. I'm just like, hey, fuck off.
Think so? I think you're way more social. Well, if you had brought your wife, she would have talked to everybody in line. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just was so excited. I talked to whoever's there.
Yeah. There was one guy with a Crazy Lick shirt on that you said probably was at the show, at the Crazy Lick show, like the day or 2 days before that.
Yeah, because they played 2 days after. Because they played Marvelous 3 played 2 nights in L.A. And then the next night was the Tuesday, and that's where Crazy Licks played. Now, I was supposed to go see Crazy Licks, and I really wanted to, but when I saw that they were getting on at 10:45, was they're going to hit the stage on a work night, I was like, no, that means they're going to get off around 12:15, and I get home around 1. No, I'll pass.
Yeah.
If you go to YouTube, there's a guy who posts. It's called Concerts Rock, and every show that we've talked about so far, he is posted most of the set. So if you want to see what we're talking about, go to Concerts Rock on YouTube. The LA show's there, the Atlanta show's there, Nashville's there, and the Crazy Licks show's there. And I'm kind of glad I didn't go to Crazy Licks because they did sound good, but they piped in the background vocals.
Really?
That's a killer for me. Yep.
Yeah.
It was obvious. It's like, come on, guys. I mean,
the one time I noticed it was so obvious was when I saw Slaughter back in the day, like a long time ago. It was a little tiny club in D.C. or Georgetown. And, Dana Strum's there singing, but it's like a whole chorus behind him. Like, oh, come on.
Yeah, how does Dana's drums sound like 20 people?
Yeah, man, he's singing 3-part harmony just by himself.
Man, stop doing that. If you want even fuller vocals, grab another guy. When you go see Toto, they have these extra people on stage that are singing also. It sounds better. When I saw ELO, when those choruses came out, there was about 12 people singing. It sounded great.
Yeah.
Motley Crue, stop it.
You want to see a live show. You don't want to see a bunch of old guys trying to dance around to a tape.
No, it sucks.
No.
And when you see Def Leppard, they're all singing. Does it sound exactly like the albums? No, but at least they're singing. So.
Yeah, I'll listen to the album on the way home.
Yeah, so I'm kind of.
No, I really won't do that. After concerts, I really don't want to hear any more music.
Yeah,
so.
I'll listen to sports talk. Somebody complaining about your local home team sucking and let's fire the coach and all that good stuff.
Exactly.
We're 10-1, damn it! Let's fire that guy.
Yeah.
I hate when anyway. So I missed the.
Anyway, so that was our take on the Marvelous 3 shows. I would say go see them if they're near you, but you're probably not gonna have a chance.
No,
Not
so
anytime soon.
I guess your next bet is if Butch Walker tours. I'm gonna guess he's gonna put out another album, and if he tours in your area, go see him. He's great. And
Absolutely, he's great. I mean, if you can't go see Marvelous 3, the next best thing would be Butch Walker.
On that note, let's take a little break, and then we're going to give you 2 more shows we went to. Be back in 1 minute. All right, we're back with the Hard Rock and Trivia Show. This is episode number 290. And we've already reviewed the Marvelous 3, and now we'll go to the next show. On Thursday, I think it was October 2nd.
Second?
Yeah. I saw at the Canyon Club in Agora Hills, it was Michael Schenker doing his UFO 50-year anniversary. And with the opening band was Armored Saint.
That's so cool.
I have not seen Armored Saint in over 40 years. Last time I saw Armored Saint, it was before their first album came out, and John Bush had hair. I think he was 19 years old. And that was the original band, because I saw the original guitar player, but I think he passed away in the early 90s. I think he had leukemia. And they replaced him, but it's still the four original members plus one other guy. And I thought this was kind of an odd pairing because Armored Saint is much heavier than Michael Schenker and UFO. I mean, it's not even close. Yeah. So we show up at this place, and first thing is we notice at the Canyon Club. I think the Canyon Club holds about 800 to 1,000. We could not find parking. Nowhere. Nothing. We had to park on the street and walk about a quarter mile to the venue. It was packed. And once we got there, and I've never seen a line for the Canyon Club. And again, there was another line about 75 yards long to get in. You got to be kidding me. And the Canyon Club is one of these places where they have tables and chairs, so if you order dinner, you get a table. Obviously, it's a little more expensive, and they let those people in first. And if you buy general admission, you're standing. You stand behind the tables and watch the show. But most of the time, the places are pretty empty. I've seen a lot of great bands where I just find out when the headliner's coming on, I walk in, and I'm standing like 20 feet from the stage. No, this place, the whole floor was full of tables, and then they had a little small row behind the tables where you got to stand. I'm like, oh, good God. I can't believe this. So we get in there, and, we're standing towards the back of the tables, and we're standing stage right. We're probably about 20 yards back. So still, it's not we can see just fine, but we're standing, and it's where people, and there's still people outside still trying to get in, because I guess all the people got the tables, and they can get there early. They have to wait to find the tables, and they if the fire marshal would have showed up to this place on of all places a Thursday night, this place would have got shut down, way oversold. Which I was again shocked. This is Michael Schenker, and Michael Schenker was playing like 2 days later at the Saban Theater, which holds about 1,500. I mean, it's a legit theater where you buy the seats. Here we're in a small club. But it was packed. So Armored Saint comes out exactly what you'd think. Heavy as all get out. Still sound great. But honestly, I really only know about 4 songs from Armored Saint. Was never a big Armored Saint fan, but John Bush sounded great. The band sounded great. People were more into the 2 songs that got the biggest buzz or the crowd reaction was the opener, which was March of the Saint. And what do you think the next song that got the biggest reaction would be?
Can You Deliver?
Can You Deliver, which was a video. That's the first time we all saw, hey, this is what Armored Saint looks like. Love that song. Yeah, heavy as all get out. Yeah, best song of the set, and I think they finished with Delirious Nomad. So they pretty much they played, I think, 2 newer songs and pretty much stuck with the stuff that came out in the 80s. Good set. People liked them, but I don't think they loved them. There was a lot of old fogies, people older than me, there for Schenker. And I never thought Schenker and UFO was that big. But
they were huge in Europe.
Yeah, Europe. I mean, I think I compare like how big UFO was in the States, kind of like the Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
We knew them, and they did tour here, but were they monstrous in the States? Not really. I mean, there's certain pockets of the States that they did really well. I would say L.A., Chicago. But I mean, when we were in Washington, D.C., did you ever hear UFO on DC 101?
I don't remember ever hearing them. I think I would have been a fan if I had heard them because I like them a lot now.
Yeah, me too. I mean, there are 2 stations that were they're still around. I think DC 101 was the rock station, and Baltimore had 98 Rock. And I never heard UFO on either one of those. And this was early, from 80 to 83. Even though they were bigger, more late 70s, you'd think you would have heard like Rock Bottom or Doctor or some of the bigger UFO songs, but I never heard them, so I was never a fan back then. I mean, I knew who they were, but we were more Kiss, Priest, everything, Aerosmith, especially AC/DC and Rush. I remember being huge back then. So
I remember the neighbor that lived across the street from you that we never really saw. I remember he was into Rush, and I was always like, wow, that guy's so cool. He's into Rush. Because I was, back then I was not a huge fan of Rush at all. Now I'm really hoping I can get tickets to this tour that they're doing with the girl drummer.
Shout out to Jeff Leister. That's who he was, because I knew him in Germany. We moved from Germany to Springfield, Virginia, and I lost track of him. I think he lives in Oregon, maybe. I don't know. Lost track of him years ago. But yeah, he was the big Rush fan. He was into the first Black Sabbath album. Kind of a stoner kid. I mean, I liked him. I knew him. But, we kind of lost touch. But yeah, I mean, I saw the Rush moving pictures. That's the last time I saw Rush live.
Wow. I've seen him probably 6 or 7 times, but it's all been recent. Well, I mean, since mid-90s, I guess.
And breaking news, Rush are back. But and they've I think they're playing 4 nights now in L.A. But tickets are expensive. The cheapy tickets are $300. So.
My God.
Yeah. So
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, people are freaking out about how expensive they are because they're going to sell out. I mean, they didn't say they didn't tour anymore. They really did. They did a goodbye tour, but they never said it was a goodbye tour. So they're going to bring out a couple other musicians with them. They've already announced the drummer, this female drummer who played with Jeff Beck, and she is really good. And Getty says that they're going to also find a keyboard player so he can play all bass. So maybe another person, just one of those jack of all trades players like Toto does, where the guy can play guitar, the guy can play keyboards or whatever. So there might be 5 people on stage, just something, I guess, to do something a little bit different than the normal 3-piece stuff where Getty does a lot of stuff at once. So, I mean, they can do whatever they want. Rush, But,
you don't like it? Don't go see him.
Yeah, and you know what? I would go see him, but I'm not paying $300. I guess I'll wait for the videos.
I've seen him so many times that I'd love to go see him again, but I'm not paying $300 to see him.
Now, if Rush Management wants to donate a couple of tickets to the Hard Rock and Trivia Show, we'll be more than happy to take that off your hands, guys. Just put it up.
And we will devote one whole show to that. To nothing but that.
Correct. And if you need us to cheer for the Toronto Blue Jays to make the World Series and win it, we'll do it for Rush tickets, okay?
Yep, we're easy. We're not cheap, but we're easy.
Yeah, we are. But getting back to Michael Schenker, I didn't really know the guys in the band. In fact, the lead singer, I still don't know his name. I know he's European. It wasn't Eric Grunwald because with his he had leukemia, so he's still going under treatments. So his health, he stays in Europe, so he's not. Even though he sings on this album, the Michael Schenker UFO. Was it a covers album, really? But he has different lead singers. I know Axl Rose sings Love to Love, and Eric Grunwald sings, Jeff Scott Soto sings. So the band they had was really good, and those UFO songs really do translate well live. I mean, it's pretty much a greatest, if you're a UFO fan, it's a greatest hit set. And it's all stuff that Michael Schenker played with UFO, so.
It's all early UFO.
Yeah, it's pretty much 70s UFO, every hit. Crowd was totally into them. They were great. And remember, I said I was standing. Well, in the line, before we got into the show, we started talking to different people. And my friend Greg, who's the other Toto freak, the other one I know besides you, so he went with me.
You say that like it's an affliction or something.
It's not an affliction. It's just like, what are the odds? I mean, I know Toto played arenas, but I mean, I know all these people have these different connections. And I haven't met too many Toto freaks, and I met 2 in my life, and then you 2 guys. So we're talking to people in line, and Greg's talking to this guy in line, and the guy says Greg's name. He goes, Greg. And Greg didn't recognize him. It was some guy he played basketball with years ago. And this guy had bought a table, but they split us up. All the people who went to general admission went to one line, and all the people had a table in another line. So we're standing behind this table, and guess who had the table that we were standing behind? The guy we were talking to in line. So they come in, sit down at the table, and then we sit down at the table. So we got to sit during Michael Schenker the whole time. So it just totally worked out.
Nice.
So it was kind of nice.
That's cool.
The guy had. So everybody we sat at the table with, my friend Greg knew and didn't know they were going to the show. We just happened to bump into him, and it happened that they had the table that we were standing behind. So that worked out. Michael seemed very happy that he's been selling out this whole tour, but it was freaking great. It didn't stink whatsoever. So if he does this again and you got a chance and you like UFO a little bit, go see Michael Schenker because the guy can really play. I don't know if I don't consider him a shredder, but I'm gonna guess it's the riffs that he writes that people really resonate with him. He's not Eddie Van Halen. He's not Jimi Hendrix. It's not even Steve Vai.
He's a riff master, man. Like the riff to Rock Bottom is so cool.
Oh, that song was so good live. Oh, and I forgot to mention Lights Out. Guess who walks out during Lights Out? It's a
I'm going to say that's when Jeff Scott Soto came out.
Jeff Scott Soto, because Jeff Scott Soto lives right down the street, and he sang on that album. He sings that song on the album that Michael Schenker put out. So Jeff came out, and people went bananas, went down like a storm. It was great. I mean, I seem to bump into Jeff Scott Soto all the time. Don't even know the guy, but
for those that don't know, I went in the spring. I went out to California, visit Mark, and part of the reason I went out there was because Eclipse was playing their only U.S. show at the Whiskey A Go Go. So we went to that show, and who comes out? Jeff Scott Soto, because he's in the band Wet with the Eric Martinson, the lead singer of Eclipse. So it's kind of a whole thing, but
he's a man of the people. Yep. If you don't know, I'm sure you've heard him sing. He sings on everything. He's one of those guys that didn't quite get the notoriety, but people who know who he is. Fantastic singer. So, so far, both shows that I went to, double thumbs up. Nothing sucks. So now we're going to go back to the East Coast, and Danny went to see Buckcherry and Nashville Pussy. Yeah. So take it away. What did you see?
Yeah. So this was last night, actually. This was, what was that, October 10th? No, October 12th. last night at the Keswick Theater in Glenside, Pennsylvania. It's kind of a north suburb of Philly. That's where Mark and I saw Mammoth when Mark came out to visit me.
Yeah, nice
It was
old timey
kind of a birthday trip for Mark.
Yeah, nice old timey theater. Really like that venue.
Yeah, it's a cool place. I asked one of the ushers as we were leaving. I asked how many people it holds. It holds 1,300. I thought, okay, that's cool. So we get there, and there's a opening band called Drew Cagle and the Reputation. And they were cool. I mean, they were good. I've never heard them before. Never heard of them, never heard them. Just a standard rock band. The drummer was pretty much a clone of Tommy Lee. Had long, really dark black hair. Looked kind of like Nikki Sixx, but playing drums.
Okay.
Anyway, he was pretty entertaining. And they played, just some rock songs they knew, and then they played one cover song, Guns N' Roses cover song. I can't remember.
Are they just a local band, or do they have a record deal?
I think so. I don't know. I tried to look them up and couldn't find anything about them. So they were all right, entertaining. Then came out Nashville Pussy, which I didn't know anything about. I'd never heard any of their songs. I looked up one of their videos earlier yesterday morning. And the song, I'm sitting there listening on my phone with the speaker on. The song I play is Go Motherfucker Go. And Dana's like, you're going to see that tonight? I'm like, yep. I don't know what you'd expect with a band called Nashville Pussy, but...
Yeah, they're a little sleazy.
Yeah, but they were very entertaining. I thought, okay, that's cool. Two girls, two guys. The lead guitarist and the bass player are girls, which I thought was pretty cool. They played very well. They were tight. But all the songs are kind of they're not going to win any vocal or lyrical competitions.
Yeah, kind of sleaze rock, I would call them.
Yeah, pretty much. Sleaze, southern sleaze, I guess.
Yeah.
If you really need to know. But yeah, they were entertaining, like I said.
Kind of makes sense. I mean, they're kind of like Buckcherry a little bit, because Buckcherry kind of fits into that too.
Yeah. I mean, Buckcherry had a whole album where fuck was in the title of every song.
Yep.
Like, okay, all right, well, that's good. So they played, and then Buckcherry came on. So the place holds about 1,300 people. I would say it maybe had 250. 300 if I was, if I squinted real tight, but not a lot of people at all. And we were right in the middle, about 12 or so rows back. And when Buckcherry came on, they started with Lit Up, which is a great song. One of the few Buckcherry songs I do know. Great song. But everybody around us stood up, and by the third song, I figured everybody's going to stand up this whole damn show. So we moved back. Back to the back section and sat, and it was perfect. We didn't have to stand up and try to look around some guy's head in front of us. So it was great. But one other complaint, I know it's probably an old guy thing. They had these amp stacks, and on the bottom was the actual cabinet where the speakers are. On the upper part, they looked like speakers, but they actually were lights. And they had those damn lights on the entire set. And they were like LED lights. They were really bright.
They're blinding you.
Yeah, so the lights are shining at us. We can see basically the backlit band. Like, come on, dudes. What the hell is this about? Okay, I see it's a cool look. Okay, second song, you can turn them off. But no. Whole damn show, those lights were on. So it was that was annoying. But the band themselves, they were tight. Really tight. The drummer's very entertaining. He's a great drummer.
Yeah.
I think the singer was having some issues with his voice, because he would sing and then he'd kind of cough off to the side and then sing some more, cough off to the side again. But I really got an appreciation for more songs. There, other songs they played that I had never heard before, but I really liked, like "Come On," "Gluttony." There was one other song that he called a driving song. I can't remember what that was called. But some really cool songs that I liked a lot. And then of course they finished with "Crazy Bitch," but it kind of turned into a whole medley. They played like 5 different songs, cover songs, just little snippets within the.
Yeah, I think they did that with me
starting.
too. I can't remember which songs they were.
Yeah, from what I saw, they changed them every set or every show because they were like they did a little snippet of MacArthur Park, left your cake out in the rain.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah, yeah, it's hilarious. So yeah, they're a great show. I wish I knew more about Buckcherry, but it is what it is. Now can say I've seen them.
Yeah, they're sleazy, AC/DC-esque. The 15 album is the one that really, they seem to rely on more than. So most of the songs are on the 15 album.
Yeah.
My favorite song from them is off the second album. It's called "Slit Your Wrists." So that's
I didn't play that.
No, I don't. They didn't play that when I saw them too. Did they do that thing where they introduce the band and they kind of do like a routine where they dance around?
Yeah,
Which I thought was kind of funny when they did that.
They did it like a dance slide. You slide to the left, and slide to the right as they're playing.
It's like this is the first. I don't think I've ever seen a hard rock band do this before. Like this is interesting.
Yeah.
So
I don't care.
Yeah, it's one of those bands that tours like all the time. So they're not huge, but people like them. And "Crazy Bitch" is not even my favorite song by them by far, but it's okay.
Yeah, I like it. I think probably my favorite song they did was "Gluttony." I like it. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I want it. I want it. I want it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of Buckcherry albums? Because
I believe I do.
Yeah, I think I've sent you a lot. If you don't, I can send them your way.
I'll take a look and let you know.
Because Danny and I do that.
Yeah.
We send albums.
Because we can.
I send albums that I never really get to listen to Danny, and he might listen to them. So
I think I have 8 now that I need to download, and I will probably listen to 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah, one of them is that Sammy Hagar residency, which was phenomenal. That show was so great. And he's doing it again, so maybe that could be a future trip. Fly to Vegas and go see Sammy Hagar. That'd be good.
I have some friends that live in Newport News, but they also live in Vegas, so
that would be a good time to do it. Vegas is only.
I also want to see the Wizard of Oz and the Sphere.
What
I've seen, that looks unbelievable.
I just talked to somebody who went to see that, and they said it was amazing because I've never been in the Sphere yet, but I know that there's a speaker in like every panel, all on the roof, everywhere. You're completely surrounded.
Yeah, it's like 1,500.
And they said when they were watching the Wizard of Oz, and when the tornado comes, they're blowing wind and then leaves are all over the place, so you're getting that whole sense around type thing. So, I mean, I don't know how much it is.
Really cool.
It's probably over $100 to go see the Wizard of Oz, but just to go see the Sphere seems like it'd be kind of a cool experience. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, maybe that's a future trip because for me, Vegas is about a 35-minute flight. Or it's a 4-hour drive. So,
or a 4.5-hour flight for me.
So, maybe in the future.
Anyway, we're getting to the end of the show, and they're finishing the last song, and I know it's the last song because I've seen the set list. Of course, it's "Crazy Bitch," and so we go out and we're walking back to the car, and walking to the car takes us right by the tour bus, and right as we're walking by, the singer comes out, unlocks the bus, and gets in.
Josh Todd.
But man, he booked it off stage. He had to. Because we were leaving while they were still like doing their bows and all that stuff. And so it was maybe 2 minutes from when we were walking out to when he was on the bus.
Well, they're a high energy band. Maybe just wanted to get into the bus and just chill out for a while. Maybe didn't want to see anybody who was tired.
Yeah.
The sad thing about that tour, it was supposed to be Michael Monroe and Buckcherry headlining the States, and one of the reasons I told Danny earlier is that maybe the place wasn't as full as it should have been because it was supposed to be a co-headline thing, and I was going to go see it for Michael Monroe because I'd seen Buckcherry before, and Danny was going to see the same thing, but unfortunately Michael Monroe I think had a meniscus surgery and couldn't do it, which was a major bummer. So that's probably hurt ticket sales.
Huge difference in my mind between Michael Monroe and Nashville Pussy.
Oh yeah, the draw.
Huge difference.
I mean, most people have never seen a Michael Monroe. And Hanoi Rocks over the past 20, 30, 40 years has gotten bigger because of Michael Monroe's legendary. And I've never seen Michael Monroe. I've had opportunities, but every time, twice now, I was supposed to see Hanoi Rocks, and then Razzle died, so I missed out on that. And in this last tour, he gets an injury, and they had to cancel out. So maybe next time. But the guy can do the splits, and he's like 65. It's ridiculous. What the hell is that all about? I do the splits, I'm going to the hospital.
Yeah, I watched somebody do it, I'm like, ooh, that hurts.
Can't do it. Not going to do it. Yeesh.
Yeah, so I don't have too many more shows to come up that I'm going to see. I'm going to see Patton Oswalt on Friday, though.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, totally. Bands I'm going to see in the next couple months or so are I'm going to see Il Divo. You know who they are?
Is that like the three guys who sing opera?
That's the three tenors. But Il Divo is close. It's a four-piece, or four guys, four singers. So
doesn't Simon Cowell?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then I'm going to see a band called Get the Lead Out, which is, of course, a Led Zeppelin tribute.
Are you working these shows?
Yeah. And then I'm working for Leslie Jones. I think you know who she is, right?
She's an actress, isn't she?
She was on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, so she does stand-up?
Yeah, she's really funny, I think.
Okay.
And let's see, I got Jake Shimabukuro coming up. He's that ukulele player.
You said he was great.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. And then I got a Rain. It's a Beatles tribute. They're doing like a Christmas show coming up. So
yeah, I've heard of them.
I found out this week that Kansas is playing at the Grand.
Oh, that's cool.
So I've never seen Kansas.
Not too many original members left, but you still got some of them. I think there's at least two guys left.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen Kansas in years. I've only seen them once. Very progressive.
I've never seen him, so that'll be
very progressive.
Yeah.
Musicianship in that band is ridiculous. So
absolutely.
You should like that. If you like Rush, you'll like Kansas. Even though Kansas doesn't get the respect that they really deserve, but great players.
Yeah, their song for America is one of the best songs ever. You have to listen to it. It's hard to explain, but
they play that live.
It's kind of progressive, but the music, like you said, the musicianship is crazy.
And when you see them, it's majority of their set will be from the 70s.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I would think that it'd be more like a greatest hits type tour.
Okay.
Because it's like a 50th anniversary tour.
That should be cool. They need to get Steve back. That would be great.
Yeah.
But
somehow I doubt that's going to happen.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, I think the only thing I got coming up is Hart and Todd Rundgren in November, which got postponed. It was supposed to happen in August, but it's happening in November. I think that's the only thing I got going on.
Together?
Yeah. Todd Rundgren's opening for Hart, which should be cool.
Okay.
That doesn't stink.
Yeah. So every year the Grand has a gala, and somebody big comes and plays. Last year it was the Commodores, and Dana and Lisa got to talk to two of the Commodores for like an hour.
Without Lionel Richie,
One of
though.
them, no, it was the guitar player and one of the three singers,
Uh-huh.
but it was the guy that replaced Lionel Richie, so it was a newer guy. But these guys were brothers, and it was their dad that was the original drummer of the Commodores. So they talked to him like forever, for a long time during this gala.
Yeah, that
But that's coming up in December, and this year it is Bruce Hornsby.
never a fan. I mean, he's probably a great
Yeah.
musician, but I was just never a fan of him. I mean, I'd go see him if it was
Yeah.
free. I know the one song.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe he's got another bunch of great tunes. I just don't know them. But yeah, I mean, if it's free,
I don't
why
think so.
why not?
Well, it's not free. It's free for me. And then, so they have this concert at the Grand, and then you walk down to the Hotel DuPont, which is a really fancy hotel in Wilmington. And it's just like every room is a different kind of buffet. Like you got seafood, you got breakfast, you got, like a barbecue.
So
Just
what?
like
Is it,
5 or 6 giant rooms with different bands and all with different food options. It's crazy.
you have to dress up the whole deal?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I would get in with my sweats on.
you would not.
No, I know.
No, it's definitely a dress up kind of thing. It's supposed to be a fundraiser for the Grand.
Oh, okay. It seems like that place is doing just fine, isn't it?
I guess. I don't know. They seem to be doing okay. I mean, they have a lot of events.
They pay your salary, so.
Yeah, my salary of $0.
Oh, you do it for free?
Kind of like what I do here.
Oh,
Yeah,
I,
it's a
thought,
volunteer thing.
I didn't know that. I thought they paid you.
No.
At least like
no,
$20 an hour.
Nope.
Just tips?
Nope. They, not even. Tips go to the Grand. So,
So you just do it to watch
but
the shows.
I get to go whatever show I want.
I guess that's a good trade-off. You get to see some cool stuff. Remember how
Yeah, I'll get to go see Kansas for free.
yeah, that's cool. You know how I clowned you about that bread tribute called Toast? I was like, that's a joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're playing out here. I went, you got to be kidding me. I thought that was a joke. No, Toast is playing in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I tell you, if you're at all a fan of bread, they were fantastic.
Wow. I don't think anybody listening to the show knows who the hell they are. Yeah.
Well, if you were on pop radio in the 70s, you know who Bread is. But
Those people are all dead.
the lead singer sounds exactly like David Gates. Exactly.
Heat with you. Okay, that's enough. We've been going at this an hour with no trivia at all, just BSing and talking about shows we went to. If you like this,
Yeah, that's what this was very special.
special.
Record trivia.
Now, if you hate this, you can let us know. But if you liked it, let us know as well. The next episode will be nothing but hard rock and metal trivia. We promise. And we'll catch you back in about a couple of weeks, I think.
I did tell my daughter we were doing this tonight, and she was, oh, that's cool. And then she started getting on us about why people that are our age aren't supporting the newer hard rock bands. I was like, well,
They're good.
yeah. I told her, I'm a huge Avenged Sevenfold fan.
Yeah.
Love those guys.
I like Dirty Honey. They're good.
Yeah.
And some of that stuff coming out of Europe you like. It's newer bands.
Black Stone Cherry. I like Eclipse.
Yep.
There's a lot of bands I like, but
Tell your daughter to back off. I know you're listening. Back off of the old guys. We like young bands too. They're just not as good as the old bands, that's all.
yeah.
Yeah, and she's a Beatles fan. Get off our case.
Look who's talking.
Yeah.
The band that didn't play rock since '66.
Hypocrite.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we just lost a fan. Terrific.
Yep. She'll never listen to us again.
Yeah.
Great.
She won't even talk to you.
She
Won't even
won't
take your
come
calls. So
Yeah.
much for seeing the grandkids again.
Yeah. Well, damn it.
Yeah, Dana posted a picture of your youngest grandchild. What a cutie pie that girl is.
Oh yeah, she's
Heartbreaker in making right there.
They are both so beautiful. I will say Charlotte's been taking guitar lessons.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She recorded her third song tonight.
Nice.
Yep, she'll be on tour with Taylor Swift the next tour.
Taylor Swift's got a new album out. I heard it only sold 4 million the first week. Poor girl.
What?
Poor kid. Feel bad for her.
How's she gonna survive?
I don't know. All right. Well, I can't believe we talked about Taylor Swift. What the hell's wrong with us? We suck.
All right, nothing but hardcore metal next week.
All right, we promise. Come back in 2 weeks, and we're going to give you lots and lots of trivia. Okay, we promise. And on that note,
maybe we'll do a double episode of the trivia.
Maybe we'll give you 6 rapid fire questions apiece. How's that?
Nice.
All right. And on that note, we'll see you in a couple weeks, people.